This morning's video is about land tax. Hear all about it. Where are the pros and cons, the hidden fees, and what does it really cost to own a property? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself and Mark Novak, episode 1525. Wow, we've done this for a very, very long time. This is fantastic. And there's always something to talk about. This morning, Mark and I are talking about land tax. We all celebrate the rising property market, or most of us do, but that also means rising land tax bills. And even in my short 15-year career in real estate, the dynamics and the figures have changed so much. Your investment strategy has to change. In the past, you could be buying a single level home in Narrowena as an investment, and you'd be actually receiving money, positively geared. The land tax wasn't a big contributor to your expenses, but now it's massive. Mark, what is land tax? How do you find out how much it is, and what are buyers doing in reaction?
Look, people, the New South Wales government has got their hands in your pockets deeper and deeper and deeper than ever. And if you're not changing the strategy of the type of property that you're buying, you're in big trouble. And I'm not always having this conversation. I had this conversation yesterday with two really smart guys in their 30s, late 30s, and we were looking at factories. The factories, one of the factories there was 30, 40, 50 properties in the factories. And then we're looking at little blocks of land, similar price, with little factories on them. And they're asking me about the rent. You know, is it going to rent for $800 a week? Is it going to rent for $1,200 a week? Is it going to, what are the outgoings? What are the strata? What are the council? What are the water? And I was like, no one actually asks me the big ticket item, the biggest number. Even more important, even more completely inconspicuous than interest rates is the land tax component cost of what you're paying per week, per year, year in, year out, 10 years down the track. It is explosive how much land tax is costing these days, and you must know your land tax numbers before and during ownership of your property. You must do those calculations because it's really changed. It's really changed. So Michael, can you explain the thresholds?
Yes. So the New South Wales, I think one thing people need to realize, what the land tax value, land value search, New South Wales general land value search. Now, this is not what your property would sell for.
No.
It's all a valuation a bank puts on it for your loan. It's a separate
the Valuer General of Australia values every property every year, and that's the valuation they're going to charge you your tax on. So every year you'll get a notification saying whether you're a unit, whether you're a house, whether you're a factory, whether you're a storage unit, you're going to be assessed.
Yes. Now, they say we're going to give you this threshold of up to $1,075,000 where you don't pay any tax on, just like your job. Let's say if you're only earning 30 grand a year, you pay no tax, or you get it all back. And if you're earning 250 grand a year, you're paying a high percentage of tax. So most people are very familiar with that system. Now, property works very similar. You've got $1,075,000 up to owning property, and now that could be one property, that could be 10 properties. It doesn't matter. It's the value of each one. Now, once you get over that $1,075,000, you'll start going to pay land tax on that, and that's at a rate of 1.6%. So every year keeps on going, and that will keep on rising. Once you're over the threshold with the property market, it keeps on rising. So I'm just going to bring up a form here to show people what it looks like, because we've got a few examples. Because instant reaction is every property is over $1 million, but keep in mind it's not what you would sell for or what you paid for it. They look at the land. And this is where Strata gets the benefit because the government, when they've made the blanket pricing, they've just said a block of land is $1 million. Now, if there's 10 properties on that block, it's divided by 10. But if there's only one, then you're paying all of it. So that's where the big costs can come in from it. Now, this up.
And while you're doing that, Michael, I just want to say to people out there that you've really got to be careful. I've got a house in Narrowena as investment, and I'm paying $680 per week just on my land tax bill. So over the course of a year, the house itself is only rented for $1,100 a week. And the interest, if it's a $2 million house or $2.5 million house, the interest repayments are um, what are they sitting at, say, a couple grand a week. But a massive component of that is just disguised, not spoken about, is land tax. So you've really got to be aware. And that's just like before I've even paid the mortgage, I've got to pay that land tax. Now, if I had a unit of the same value, I could probably have 4 strata units of the same value and this for that land tax bill, which would be worth $6 million, $7 million. So I just get slaughtered. People are getting hammered if they're not a strata property for land tax.
Now, can you see this document, Mark?
Just be careful on what you're showing there, Michael. There's all the SMSs are up for the whole team.
Is that going now?
No, it's still there.
All right, let me close window.
Maybe just show it on your phone.
I'll do it on my phone. Yeah, because it's got one screen. We're only working with one screen, but in the computer's eyes, there's multiple screens, so it's making it a little confusing. Okay, so cancel. I'll bring it up on my phone. This is a great example of a property. 22 Carter Road. We've just sold this in Brookvale. This is entry level for a freestanding property. Now, the land value there is 1.71 million. I'm a bit special this morning. So that's what the report looks like. Just a simple document from the.
So if you you can ask the New South Wales government land tax portal, and you can for free just check your property what the land tax will be. That's what the report will look like. You whack in your address, you answer a few simple questions, and that what's that on, Michael? That's on a what address?
No, it's like landvalue.com, New South Wales. We can put the link in there.
And then what's that property address that you just looked at?
22 Carter Road.
Okay, so we've got 3 examples here, guys. I'm going to give you 3 examples. One is a warehouse worth 1.3, 1.4 million, strata. One is a house, a little warehouse worth 2.2 million, and in Brookvale. When I say little, I mean block. The block's 500 odd meters squared, and then we've got a bigger block, which the bigger block's 22 Chard Road. And that block's about 1,000 meters squared. Tell us the difference in land tax on those 3, Michael.
Yes. So also a great thing is it tells you your land size. So if there's any dispute of how big your block is and your dimensions, it has it here. So 1.71 million for a single level factory in Brookvale. Now, if you go, let's do 171 million times 0.16. That's $27,360 a year in land tax. That equals $526 land tax.
What's that on?
That's on 22 Carter Road. Now, let's look at.
That's a little block.
That's the cheapest, basically freestanding warehouse in Brookvale you can get. The property's income was only $60,000, and your land tax is $27,300.
Half.
And as you said, Mark.
Half of your rent goes to paying the land tax office.
Yeah. And most people don't even ask what the land tax is. They ask the other fees. And as you said, like you got to ask the important one. Okay.
And this works for residential houses, and this works for strata residential as well. If you're
Yes.
buying an investment property, guys, watch your land tax. We're telling you today, watch your land tax.
Now we just sold that block for 2.1 million, so you can see the difference between the land value and the property value. Now,
Yeah.
here's one in 1/15 Jubilee Avenue, Warriewood. You've got, this is quite cool because it says it's a big block, say a 4,000 square meter block, 60 properties on it. You've
60
got
properties on it.
Yeah, maybe 30, maybe
Yeah.
You've got a whole block value of 5.86 million is the land tax, but for this unit, it's only 185,000. So, and what did that sell for, Mark?
They're worth about 1.3 now, 1.4.
Yeah, 1.3. So times that by 1.6. That land tax bill is 2,900
a year.
A year.
That's 10% of the other one.
Sorry. If you're over the threshold, it would be 2,900. If you're over
How much?
2,900. So it's 10%. 10%.
You got to look at the thresholds. Yeah.
But that threshold, you could own, divide that by 185,000. You could own 5.8. So nearly 6 of those warehouses. So those warehouses were worth 1.3. So 6 times 1.3. You could own $7.8 million of those strata warehouses before you pay $1 of land tax, compared to the Carter Road property where you're paying 171. Okay, let's take the threshold into consideration.
It's almost 4 times. Yeah.
Minus that. So 600 times 0.16. You're paying $10,000 a year land tax for the Carter Road property instantly, straight away. And you've only
Now, if you've got a big block, Burge, we've got to go. So we've got to just do this figure quickly. The big block, like 22 Chard Road. Have a look at that.
22 Chard Road, we just sold it for 4 million, or just 4.1. That land tax is 2.85 million. So let me give you the figures quickly. 285 times 0.16, 45,600 a year.
A year in land tax.
876 a week.
So, guys and girls, we're going to go now, but we've got to tell you, watch out for your land tax in New South Wales. If you are buying strata, you are chopping your land tax down by probably 70%, 80%. If you are buying a standalone property, you're going to get hammered.
Yeah, so nearly 28,000 a year after the threshold for that $4 million asset. So
yes,
we can talk about this all day, but watch out for it. It's always been around, but it's never been so drastic. When they brought this in, like $1 million was supposed to be the luxury properties in the 1980s, early 1900s. So a lot's changed, but all good. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thanks, Legend. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See ya. Bye.